So now we've completed our wings. You should have what looks roughly like this, 5 feathery strands, curved nicely in the centre with your 4mm beads embellishing them. And of course you make a second wing to match. So you have a matching pair, which you now put to one side while we work on our halo. Now, for the halo you'll need size 11 seed beads in silver and size 8 seed beads in silver. You could use gold if you want to. Okay, so size 11s and size 8s, 11 to 8s. Thread your needle with about half a span of thread and add a stop bead. Okay, and then you pick up 36 size 11 beads. Now I've cheated and done this earlier to save you sitting there watching me just picking up 36 and then counting them. Right, we'll pass through the beads in the same direction, okay, to create a circle like so, but you need to pass back through all of them. So just continue round until you come back to the beginning again. Do a few at a time so you don't miss any. Okay, just keep going round. I'm sorry to take the time to do this, but okay, a few more. Don't try to pass through too many because you will miss them. If your needle pokes out of one, then just pull the thread through and then carry on after. Right, I'm just loosening that stop bead to give us a bit of movement here. Okay, so now we can remove the stop bead and we tie a double overhand knot just to secure that circle. Okay, now this is going to be quite a large circle and I don't normally ask anyone to tie a knot so early on, but we're only doing a couple of rounds on this. So now we need to do the first round. We'll pass through the first couple of beads to separate the tail from the working thread. So now we start working in peyote stitch, and we pick up one size 11 seed bead, skip one, pass through the next one, like so. Pick up one and pass through skip one and then pass through the next one. Pick up one, skip one, pass through the next one, pick up one, skip one, pass through the next one, and we continue like this all the way around. I'm not going to let you sit here watching the entire 18 beads go through, so we'll speed up. Okay, and one more. Okay, pass through that one and then we step up through the first one that we added. Okay, and that's the first round of your halo. So that's your size 11s. And we'll just test it, slip it over the loop and see if it more or less reaches the shoulder. It won't be exact at the moment, it might need to stretch a little bit, but that's fine. Now we need to start placing size 8 seed beads. So we'll pick up one, pass through the next size 11, and we'll continue this way all the way around. Pick up one, pass through the next one, like so, and we'll speed up and catch up when we've completed this bit. Okay, so that's the last size 8 just going in, and we step up through the first size 8 bead that we added in this particular round. Okay, and that's your halo completed. Actually, don't fasten off because we're now going to slip it over the loop of the angel. That's fitting quite nicely, and then we pass through the top bead of the column of white beads immediately behind it. Sorry, I'm going off screen here. I'll try and do this again. Okay, you can see, and then pass through the size 8 again to bring it down to the shoulder or the back. We'll go around it another time. Oops. So that's that top bead there of the column of single white beads. And pass through again the size 8. Okay, and that's quite nice and secure. All right. So we will be joining the wings to the same bead as we've just fixed the halo into. All right, at the top of the column of white, and we'll also be using the bottom bead of the column of white beads as well. Okay. But first of all, before we fix the wings, we need to do the arms. So weave through the beads until you come to the next column of white beads, and we need to be exiting the single white bead at the top of that column. Okay, just like this. There we are. Oops. Okay, so we're exiting that bead, and I'm holding it a bit too tight, I'm squishing it. Okay, and we'll be passing from this bead with the arms across the front to the equivalent on the other side, this one here. So now I'm using white size 8 beads for this. You might want to use the same as your main colour, it's up to you. I thought with the Snow Angel I'd use white, and we will pick up 12 white size 8 beads, or your second colour of size 8, 2 silver or gold size 8 beads, and 1 size 11 in your silver or gold. Okay, just bring them right up to the angel. It's a bit tricky to show you this. But we just pass through 1 size 8 silver bead. So we skip the 11 obviously, and just pass back through 1 silver, and then we pick up 1 silver size 8 and another 12 of your white beads. It's in size 8. Okay, so it's 1 silver size 8 and 12 white, and then we pass through on the shoulder the other side, the top bead. Okay, so you can see your arms there, and we need to turn, so I'm going to use the 2 beads behind, the white one and the purple one, in a column, just to turn around. So we take your thread from right to left in this instance, whoops, and then in the bead immediately below it, go from left to right to turn. Okay, and then through the top of the shoulder again, and then you're ready to go back down through the arms. So go through all 12 beads like so. Try not to miss any. Okay, and then through the 11 at the end. Oh, I haven't done the 8 yet. Right, okay, so the 12 white beads and the 2 silver at size 8s, and then pass through the 11 at the top. and then somewhere in the middle at the top of her bosom you can pass through a bead which will bring the arms up into a praying hands position, like so. Okay, pass around again. You can do this a couple of times. Just to make it secure. Back through. And then pass down 2 silver on the first arm. And all 12 of the white beads until you get back to the first shoulder. And you can go backwards and forwards through these arms a few times if you wish to fill it with thread. But with size 8 you'll need to go through a lot of times. But it might help to hold the shape a little bit better. Okay. And we go back through this top shoulder bead and weave back to the spine at the back where the halo is fixed. And so now we just need to weave through the beads back to the spine in the middle where we fixed the halo originally. Just follow the beads one at a time, or a couple at a time. Following the thread path, okay, until we're at the very back of the angel, at the top bead of that column. Okay, and your halo's fixed and your arms are fixed. Okay, and she just needs her wings now. So I'm going to have to work this face down, which is unusual for me, but we'll do our best. Okay, so we take our wing and working through the silver bead at the top. Okay, the silver size 11 on the wing, just pass through that and then back through the white A at the top of the spine. Just there. Okay, bringing the wing down to the spine. And then we take our second wing and repeat that step, passing through the silver size 11 on the wing. And back through the A that we started with. Okay, bringing that wing close to. And hopefully without getting any threads tangled around, but as I said, I am working this with her face down, pinned to my bead mat. Okay, and then you can go through this a couple of times more before weaving down the column here down to the bottom. Now your curve might be a little bit tight and not perhaps reach the very bottom bead. Okay, so we'll just measure it, and in my instance actually it won't reach the very bottom. It's quite curved in the wing, so I think the next one up, and oops, we'll be going through this one. Okay, not the very bottom one, so just check that for your wings just to make sure they sit nicely. Okay, and again, as you did at the top of the wing, pass through the silver, back through the A you've just exited, and pass through the silver on the other wing, And again, preferably without tangling threads around your wings, but it is a bit fiddly to do this. And pass through again. Now you can pass through the beads 2 or 3 times more to reinforce, but for demonstration purposes I'm just going to go straight into weaving back up the spine about halfway. Okay, just halfway along the spine, because we need to fix the middle of the wings. I do apologise, the video had stopped recording and I hadn't realised it, and I just carried on working. So basically I was showing you how to fix the middle of the wings. You need to do this to stop them folding back like a resting butterfly. Okay, they will just flop back otherwise. So we've weaved about halfway up the spine, and then we take your thread through the beads just a couple of columns back, so we get close to what is roughly the center of the wing. Right, and then we pass through the middle bead of the first row of the wing, and then pass back through the beads towards the spine on the body of the angel, like so. Okay, and this secures the wing in place in the middle. Okay, and I had already done this, so right, we just work our way through, and we would work across to the other side of the spine. I've already done this, and fix that too, and then we just fasten off our thread, and your angel is completed. There she is, looking pretty and resplendent. Okay, arms, wings and halo all fixed. Now all that remains, you can add a piece of ribbon or cord to hang her, or if you want to make a little cone like we did earlier to display her. And that's the angel completed. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.